Welcome to the Saturday wrap for Saturday the 26th of November 2022, live from the King's Fee in Hereford, as part of MB13 2022. Anyway, if you haven't seen this nonsense before, it is me burbling on about the previous week. News, tech, politics, beer, mince pies, and such like. It's basically me giving you a roundup of the last week. Okay, World Cup Twitter. That's most of it, to be perfectly honest. I kid you not. Anyway, the word or phrase of the week: Welsh bucket hat, or hats, or Welsh bucket rainbow hats. They're great hats, and if they're rainbow ones, they tend to get taken off you in Qatar, although yesterday there weren't any reports of it. Mind you, Wales were poor, Iran were good, and Hennessy, it was a sending off. Ha! The app of the week. Well, I'm a great believer in Notepad on Windows. It's simple, it's easy to use, it does what it says. I use it to strip excess formatting off text files and just to store stuff, and it's just to have it open. And I've been looking for something similar on the Mac. Now there is a thing called Notepad, but it's got terrible reviews, and this week, thanks to Alison Sheridan on the Nazilla cast, plain text editor, open source, free, but the developer would like you to send him a couple of bob, and it's really good, and it does what it says, and it's not bells and whistles. It's simple and it's effective. The thing of the week comes from last Saturday. Lazy Beanos. Usually I'm rushing around trying to do everything I think I can on a Beano, and like today it's like get up early, get everything out. Yeah, do this, do that, get in spoons, get your popular favourite seat cheer. Last week was a lazy Beano. Drive to Monmouth, park, go to Spoons, spend all day in Spoons, go to Premier Inn. It was lazy. I'd planned to do a lot more things. I enjoyed it. Lazy Beanos could be the way forward for me. Although today will be relatively lazy, so we shall see. And the last thing, before we start on the look back, the Rona thing of the week. Yesterday, the 25th, I should have had a booster for COVID. It was in Machen. It's getting closer to where I live, to be perfectly honest, but there was nothing on the letter about if you can't make it, phone here or message us here or whatever. And as I've said before, I think we were oversold the vaccines. 95% effective was Pfizer. Turns out doesn't stop you getting it, doesn't stop you passing it on, just reduces its effect. And it's getting weaker as we go on. It's endemic now. It's just like the flu, you're just going to have to put up with it. So there you go. I'm not having it, and I don't think I'll miss it. Probably means now I'll come down with it and it'll be horrible. Ha. Anyway, let's look back on the last week. Starts last Friday. 12-hour delivery on Amazon Prime. Order in the morning, get it before 10 o'clock in the night. Usually arrives before 7 o'clock. Thank you to the drivers. Much appreciated. And I like it. If I'm paying an enhanced amount, then I expect a good service. And it is a good service. Waking up on Saturday morning, reading the email before I go off to Monmouth on MB12. GoDaddy, your email is now transitioning to Microsoft 365 email on the 18th of December. Don't worry, it won't cause you many problems. Well, if it's anything like the web hosting transition, it could be a bit of a disaster. We shall see. But they pointed my FTP account at the wrong place when they transitioned my web hosting. So I'm a bit worried about that. And yeah, I mentioned Monmouth, the King's Head. The Festive Ales were already on. They're not on in the Tumble, they're not on in the Malcolm Uphill, and they're not on in the King's Free. So that was rather pleasing, to be perfectly honest. And I did a video comparing full Englishes. The first comparison was in the King's Fee, the spoons, and the second one was in the Premier Inn, all you can eat. It's up on YouTube if you want to watch it. Not exactly a fair comparison, but hey, there's bacon involved. And you can't beat videos with bacon involved. Sunday, I usually spend Sunday afternoon watching things. This time on the iPlayer, which I haven't used for ages. SAS Rogue Heroes. The story of the SAS with a punk and heavy metal music in the background and a little bit of wokeness. They usually refer to the Germans as fascists. I'm not sure that was the case. It was usually Germans and Italians and such like. However, it is well worth watching, and I think there's going to be another series. There are a couple of naughty words involved as well, so be careful. Okay, Monday, I've got another AirTag. Jumping on later on to the week, the original AirTags I've got, I changed the batteries on them. The originals use Panasonic, just to let you know. Monday, Wales drew against the USA. Yesterday, Wales lost against Iran. I think I've already mentioned that. And on Tuesday, won a tenner on the lottery. And of course, it's online, so I let it ride. I think that's what they want you to do. Possibly. And also on Tuesday, another radio. I'm a sucker for radios, DAB radios. This one is just purely to take away. A Roberts Play 20. It's good. It's really good. And I love it. Rechargeable batteries to save the world, obviously. The Dilbert site. Since last Saturday, it was down. And on Tuesday, I found a backup site. And then Wednesday morning, it was back up again. And if anything goes down on the internet, it is usually DNS. It turns out there were no IP address entries in the DNS for the site. So on just Dilbert. Yeah, really, honestly. And also on Wednesday, Thunder and Lightning. I like Thunder and Lightning, but I would like to have seen the lightning, to be perfectly honest. Thunder is good. Thursday, Meross smart plugs. Already had two. They were easy to set up. The third one, a Black Friday deal. What a mare to set up. They integrate with HomeKit, sorry. Yeah, couldn't get it to do work at all. Actually, could get it on the Android phones, and eventually, and this worked first time. Don't use a phone, use an iPad without a cellular connection. And it worked first time, and it's working fine now. But what a faff. Meross, up your game. Definitely up your game. Also on Thursday, day off, Bedwas, the Christmas lights are on. We have two Christmas trees. One by the council, or the old council offices, he says, as the phone goes off so he can't see what he's saying, which is left in and has been growing like Billy-O, and another on the park, which was left there, I think, last year, and is growing well. They don't have lights on them, but there are lights on the street lamp. Street lamps, even. Here's the thing. If you're trying to save money, maybe wait until December before you actually turn them on. Oh yeah, Stagecoach App. The bus is going to be late. It moves on to the next bus, so your bus isn't coming, so you go to the other bus stop, which is also going to be late now, and then you see the first bus that wasn't going to be coming depart. It's terrible. It's really terrible. Everything's late. The app is rubbish. Well, gonna get some raffle tickets in the Malcolm Uphill. They have some wonderful beer prizes. Oh, and they also have a Bhaji shortage. Had a curry there. Had the Bhaji money refunded. Not just eggs are in short supply. Bhajis. What is the world coming to? Christmas will be a disaster without Bhajis. Or perhaps not. Anyway, so yesterday up to Hereford. Tried out the orange tree. Really, really good. Used to be the Firefly, now a Black Country Ales pub. Huge cobs, or filled rolls if you have it. £2.50 ham salad, huge, really good. And on Saturdays, apparently hot pork and stuffing in there. I might just pop back in there before I go to the beer house. It's good, sure. It's really good, and I've been really shooting through this, so I'll get this uploaded now, and then I can eat my mince pie. Anyway, thank you very much, and comments as per normal. Over here.